Kwai, Papanosian, Nidipsuaktanesia. Hello, brothers and sisters. Nia Amyrose Foll, Noziwi, Virginia Free Farm. As I just said in my native language, words echoed from deep, planted on this very sacred soil that we stand upon today for countless generations. My name is Amyrose Foll, and I'm from Virginia Free Farm. Our mission is to provide nutritious, responsibly produced, healthy food, plants, and seeds to our neighbors in need and the wider community and community gardens with an eye towards making our foodshed more resilient and self-sufficient. We're going to plant some seeds today in your mind, DC, and we will witness the fierce energy that is waiting inside every single seed that we hold in our hands today, just waiting for the right moment and the right conditions to sprout and grow into something better. Our growing methods at my farm take the lead from Mother Nature, and we honor traditional indigenous planting methods of controlled burn, animal soil disruption, and biomimicry in order to most responsibly care for our ecosystem here that we are intrinsically a part of. It doesn't matter what kind of conurbation or metropolitan area you come from. We are all nature. We all co-evolved with nature together, and we can't be dissected or removed from that. We are nature, and as human beings today, we are nature advocating for ourselves, not for those plants and animals. We are all here together, and they are all our relatives. I'm kind of going off my notes right now, so I apologize. But we are the ecosystem that we are fighting for today. I believe each one of us should be a steward of the earth and our community, acting deliberately to live with veracity, beneficence, and fidelity to our land, our people, and our waterways. As a native farmer, the importance of why we're here at this moment in time is really punctuated to me, or for me personally, by the fact that my ancestors have tended this land for millennia. And it was our strategic stewardship of this land and our cultural values of generosity and sharing harvests that kept those arriving on our shores centuries ago from starving to death on the shores of Jamestown and Plymouth Rock. We weren't savages wrestling life from the soil every day, gathering and hunting. We were master agriculturalists. This was a vast masterpiece of agroforestry, and it kept those arriving as refugees from Europe from dying. And look where it got us. I won't digress on that. Anyways, so as a farmer, I live, work, and play at the intersections of environment and agriculture. I have two of my coworkers here today that have been with us at Cultivate Charlottesville since they were in elementary school and have witnessed this firsthand. If the air, land, and our waters aren't healthy, I can't do my job. And if I can't do my job, people starve. That's not something to play with. I need to insist that our policymakers and public servants take immediate action to ensure the integrity of our most precious commodity, the earth itself, our mother. She is our most precious commodity. I am a Virginia farmer, and I've been at it for about 20 years. I farm in the footprint of the Chesapeake Bay watershed, one of our national treasures and our most culturally significant and ecologically sensitive natural resources we have as Americans together. I'm working the land right here in your own backyard, Washington, D.C. I have personally experienced the disparate impacts of climate change, from storm intensification causing saltwater incursion with projects that I work on in the Northern Neck and in the Barrier Islands with other partners, Changes in historical norms and in temperatures, changing pest pressure, which as farmers we all know that's maddening to manage in a natural way, and damaging our life and livelihoods in future. My heart work includes the preservation of endangered seed stock and regionally climate-adapted cultivars that are vital to the future of our food security. And they are precious genetic diversity that may ultimately be the key from saving us from ourselves. Humans are one of the cleverest animals on the planet, but we are also one of the most foolhardy, and we are actively working against our own self-interest, as if the forest has absolutely no value unless it is in the value of the trees cut. And in the words, or the rivers fished empty. And let me remind you of the words of actually one of my relatives, distant relative, but one of my tribal members. When the last tree is cut and the last stream is poisoned, only then will you realize that you can't eat money. If we fail to make climate smart decisions now, with those in mind those unborn yet in mind, we have absolutely no business even making decisions for ourselves at this moment in time. It's problematic at best. Sorry, I told you I was not a good public speaker, so I have to rely on my notes. I see your 1 minute. I'll be out of here in just a second. If we are not making decisions for those yet unborn at this moment in time, then it's problematic at best that the Farm Bill persists in funding programs that encourage efficiency at the expense of environmental health. It is vital that lawmakers effect a revolutionary shift in the camp of the legislation towards prioritization of human health, conservation, and equity. We must insist that extraordinary measures immediately meet the needs of these extraordinary times, and a profound and expedient change in the obscene system that makes every single one of us here today nothing more than a commodity. We are a commodity traded back and forth between big ag and big pharma. And that's the truth. We get sick from what's normalized in our daily lives, and it's given to us as if there are no other options. We are sold cures for illnesses that are exacerbated by the former. And the architecture of many of these bills keep us nothing more than hamsters, traded back and forth on a wheel between big ag and big pharma until we ultimately return to the earth, having fattened the wallets of lawmakers, lobbyists, and the industry. There are many times more of us than there are of them. Just saying. And I hope that in some small way, a fire is lit within y'all to put pressure for change that preserves the American farming legacy. Do not fear the metaphorical fire that I'm talking about within you, because fire is cleansing. It's cleansing. And like a wildfire, it's scary. But sometimes when things are destroyed, they grow back to what they should be and not back to what they were. We can do this because everybody eats, and food is one of the greatest cross-cultural unifiers in the world that binds us all together via the food web. Thank you.